I want to tell you guys a very funny story because obviously Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the biggest games of the year. We've been thinking about it. We've been talking about it. We don't.
Hold on. So obviously we put up a lot of coverage about Red Dead Redemption 2 on IGN. There's a lot of it. We know that. That's because a lot of people want to know about it. It's an incredibly dense, huge, massive game, and there are a lot of details. And we saw the game in action. We got to play it, and we have a lot of things that we keep popping up and that we keep wanting to talk about.
Yeah.
So if you don't care about Red Dead Redemption 2, stop clicking on things that say Red Dead in the headline. That being said,
so obviously we're big fans of Red Dead. We're big fans of Rockstar. I'm wearing one of the shirts. They make awesome games. We have gotten, just like you have, trickles of information about Red Dead Redemption 2 for years now. Some screens here, some gameplay trailers there, some cinematics and stuff like that. We got invited last week to a small room. A small private room in San Francisco.
Intimate, yeah.
And we got to check out the game for the first time. And so some other folks here at IGN had been playing the game for a couple hours before that. John Ryan, who works for our guides, Tina Amini, and Ryan McCaffrey, who all work here at IGN. And so we basically entered a gameplay session that had already been happening.
They got like, I think it was 3 hours of story.
Yeah.
And then they basically had us come like later on. We didn't show up 3 hours late. We showed up at the beginning of when they basically were like, okay, and now check out the open world.
Here's the open world. So now imagine this, you've been waiting your whole life, or not your whole life, you've been waiting a long time to see this game. And you come in and you sit down for the very first time and you're like, this is it. This is the Red Dead Redemption 2 is in motion in front of me. In my eyes, someone is holding a controller and controlling it. They're moving the camera. This is not just something, staged. This is not something built by teams of people. This is not a cinematic. This is the actual gameplay. And the first thing we see, the literal first thing we see, is John Ryan walk his character on a horse up to a small lake.
Yes.
Where a red-headed boy
on the
around
shore,
16 years old, wearing overalls, is standing around.
He's a young boy.
And John,
he's like a little ginger Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about Red Dead is it's all about interacting with the NPCs.
Yeah.
And if you played a Rockstar game, you like to do that in all sorts of ways. Sometimes it's carjacking, sometimes just beating them up, doing bad things. In this case, you can antagonize. There's a button that just says antagonize. And this little boy is at the corner of this lake and he's skipping stones and he goes, well, Bertha won't give me the time of day. I dare to declare. And John Ryan walks up with Arthur Morgan and presses antagonize and goes, what are you whining about, you sissy? And this boy turns around and he's like, oh, good sir, I do not even know you. Leave me be. And he starts walking away.
I don't want no trouble, sir.
And we're like a grown man on a horse who's like got guns and whips and stuff.
And so you have button prompts that pop up where you can be like, leave him be, or it can be like, keep bothering the boy.
You can diffuse, and so we're like antagonizing him, like, yeah, you better walk away. And we start following him, and he's like, please, sir, leave me be. I don't want your trouble today. And he keeps walking away. And John Ryan, it's like diffuse, and he's like, hey, I'm just sorry, kid. I'm just only messing with you. And he's like, Mister, I suppose it ain't nothing. And he keeps going, and then he's like, now let's antagonize him some more. And then he starts trying to lasso him.
He was throwing lassos at him. So
like,
now the boy starts running, and he's running away from the... He was just skipping rocks. He was like, I'm having a good all day. And he starts running up this hill. And so we're on the horse, and we're galloping behind him. We're like, get over here, you little twerp.
Come here, piglet. Let me chase you down.
Harassing the hell out of this kid. And I just kind of tap Max's shoulder, and I'm like, this is our first look at Red Dead Redemption 2. We've been waiting years for this, and the first thing I see is bullying. And I'm like, we are bullying more in this game than they bully in the game that Rockstar made called Bully.
Yeah.
We were just harassing people.
So if you want to have some old-timey virtual bullying.
One more quick thing, because I want to throw this in there, and I think we can talk about this. We went into an area in the game where there's a lot of people and walked up to one of them, and from the horse, kicked the guy in the face. And he was like, what the hell? And he started running and yelling, and all these people in town.
So that's the thing, is if you do something that offends somebody, they will become a witness, and their icon on your map will turn into a little eye, and they'll run away. And so we're like, we got to chase this guy down and make sure he doesn't squeal on us. And so we chase him off, and we start just beating the crap out of him. And then 4 other people on the minimap turn into little eyes, and I'm like, oh crap, we got 5 witnesses. And then they all start running every which way, and we're like, uh-oh, and then it's like, we're wanted. And I mean, it's a familiar thing. We've all done this in Rockstar games. This is what you do. You screw around. The operative thing I feel like describing a Rockstar game is you can ...
Yeah.
I remember being in 10th grade and my friends telling me about stuff that was new in Vice City, and yeah, you can do this, and you go and you get this, and the cops come and you get the bazooka and whatever. And it was I'm like, you can do that, you can pull that off. That's incredible. And one of the first things I did when I played the first Red Dead was I remember lassoing somebody, putting them on, hog tying them, putting them on my horse, and being like, oh, what else are you gonna do with somebody who's hogtied? And I put them on the train tracks. And then the train came by and ran him over, and it gave me like an achievement for being dastardly.
Just
I love it.
Really quick to end this off. When Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, I want you all to go hunting. I want you to go fishing and trapping. I want you to build your homestead and your camp, and I want you to explore the open plains and take photographs and really take it all in. Do train robberies and Wild West shoot 'em ups. But don't forget to also be a total dick. Just really get out there and be a dick. Kick the man in the face. Chase the red-headed kid away from the river.
Rockstar Games,
just get him real good.
Rockstar Games is pushing the boundaries of like the modern interactive narrative. They're revolutionizing things in a technical way, but at the end of the day, they're also making a game where you can do stuff that would get you in so much trouble in real life because it's fun. So
I can't wait.
Get in trouble.
You know what? When that game comes out, the first thing I'm doing, I'm going out in the world, I'm finding that boy, and I'm finishing that job. I'm gonna make him cry.
I'm gonna bully that boy straight into the lake. Wait, howdy everybody, it's me, the cowboy. This is unsettling. I don't get this out of here.
Wow, you can really be a bully in Red Dead 2, a game that should have been called Bully, but then people wouldn't have bought it as much because Red Dead 2 is more of a bigger brand. Anyway, we did a lot of videos on Red Dead here on Up at Noon. One of them I'm really proud of. Max and I went shopping in Red Dead, and we bought some cheese. We love a good cheese. Take a bite into that creamy cheese. They don't say that in the game, I just added that. But we can do our own voices when the game comes out. After that, even stupider, they put out a Red Dead trailer and we did our darndest to count every single horse we could find. Can you count more? Definitely, because we counted them wrong. Let's take a look after this. See you soon. Catch you back after we're done. Video games and movies and TV shows. IGN. The website. The magazine. The movie. The man, the myth, the legend. No one knows what it means.